Welcome everyone here into the third space, whether you are joining us live or whether you're joining us later. It's really wonderful that you can be here, and I really honor and welcome you into this space. And I really want to honor the fact that you have set aside time and created space to spend some time meditating and really coming into your own presence and coming into the presence of divine love. So well done. So getting comfortable for tonight's practice. Just want to remind us that this is a sacred practice where we're really honoring ourselves and we're really tuning into the awareness of ourself as independent human beings who are individual. There's only one of each of us in the world, only one, and there will never be another one. We are all one of a kind, and that's a really precious and sacred thing. And it's really good to remember that. During the practice tonight, we're also going to be orientating ourselves to our environments that we find ourselves in. And just getting a sense of our own presence within the spaces that we take up, that we're allowed to take up. And lastly, our third intention for this practice is becoming conscious and aware of divine love. And so during the practice tonight, you'll find that we will spend time being aware of our bodies, being aware of our mind and our thoughts and our heart spaces. And then towards the end of the practice, we're going to begin to move or shift our conscious awareness from our thought center, from being aware and conscious of our thoughts, to dropping down into becoming aware and conscious with our spirit, that divine part of us that connects with the spirit world and with the Holy Spirit and with divine love. So they're the elements of our practice tonight. So let's begin, shall we? So getting physically comfortable. And to do that, we need to be nice and symmetrical, nice and balanced, and so that our body doesn't have parts of it that are unnecessarily calling for our attention. You might like to practice this when you're lying in bed as well. Just becoming aware of the body, adjusting the posture so that there's not, some part of our neck or back or perhaps our hands or our feet or our legs that are crossed. Whatever it is, trying to get into a very neutral position, lovely neutral spine. Really natural posture, not slumping, just noticing our bodies. And as we settle, we're going to do some deep breaths and we're going to raise our shoulders up towards our ears so that we can loosen up some of the top part of our body anyway. So let's take a deep breath in, lifting the shoulders up towards the bottom of the ears. And when we slowly exhale, rolling the shoulders back, really pushing the chest out, pulling the shoulders down, feeling the pull down towards the earth, away from the ears. And again, breathing in and lifting the shoulders up to the bottom of the ears. And as we exhale, roll, really roll, press the chest out, roll, and really pull the shoulders down, Feeling that lovely stretch between our ears and the tips of our shoulders. And one more time, breathing in, raising the shoulders, and then rolling back. Oh, maybe sighing out, letting our sense of awareness drop into our bodies, into our somas. Breathing the air in through our nose, down our throat. Allowing our chest to expand and gently retract. Breathing in and out. Beginning to feel our bodies, to feel the space that our body takes up. Noticing for now what is inside our skin. Noticing the muscles and the bones and the tendons and the sinews and the organs. Feeling the inside of our skin. Perhaps noticing muscles underneath our forehead. Noticing the inside part of our face. Paying attention to the way in which our jaw is being held, the posture of our bones in our jaw and our cheeks. Noticing the inside or the underneath part of the skin on our face. There is only one face that looks like yours and mine, and that belongs solely to us. We are one of a kind. We notice. We notice the airways as we breathe in through our nose and down our throats. And we notice the amazing way in which our lungs expand with the breath in. Our lungs. We breathe in the life breath, that breath which we take from the moment of our birth, that continues to flow in and out of our bodies every moment of every day of every year, and every year of our life, until our very last. We feel the breath. We honor the breath of life that flows through us. We notice the bones inside our body. We feel our spine exploring with our internal gaze, exploring from the very top of our spine. With our internal gaze, noticing vertebra by vertebra as we go down, down, down. How does our back feel today? How do the muscles that hold us upright feel in this moment? And perhaps as we take a deep breath in, we might notice The way that the skin over our back and over our spine stretches with the breath in. And we might notice how it rests or relaxes with the breath out. Just noticing, probing with our internal gaze, the area under the skin of our spine. We might flow around to our bellies. So much happening on the inside of our belly skin. So much contained within the core of our beings, of the core of our bodies. The incredible workings of the organs that keep us alive. We tune in to how our core feels, noticing without criticism or judgment. Are our belly muscles tight? Is our chest tight? Or perhaps not tight, but just a little tense, a little uncomfortable. We breathe in that breath and we draw it down deep into our bellies. And as we exhale, we really release the core of our bodies, releasing any tension, allowing our muscles and diaphragm to rest, to come into a place of peace. We honor our bodies. Our body belongs to us and us alone, and we belong to it. One of a kind. Perhaps we flow down in our awareness down towards our knees and ankles. Maybe we give our feet and ankles a little roll or our toes a little stretch. Reminding us of this incredible connection between our brain and every tiny little edge of our bodies, all the way down to the tips of our toes. We are one in our nervous system, one in our bodies, alive with every breath. We hold our bodies still in this moment, honoring our bodies, honoring a sacred reciprocity. Perhaps now we might allow our internal gaze or our imagination or our awareness to drift beyond to the other side of our skin, to the world around us. This body, this being that we inhabit is allowed to take up space. We have permission to be. We notice the space that we are in right now, probing with our awareness, the space between our skin and the walls of the room that we're in. Perhaps we're outside. We begin to probe with our imaginations and with our senses, noticing sounds, signs of life around us. A pet, perhaps. Another person. Perhaps someone in a car passing by. We notice the other things that take up space around us. Just noticing. Perhaps the space around us is very busy and full. Or maybe not. Maybe quiet. Maybe simple. We allow the space around us to be what it will be. As we move back inward with our internal gaze, we begin to notice our thoughts, those busy things contained within our mind. We notice. We hold an attitude of curiosity. What is my mind thinking at this time? What is the sound of my internal dialogue? What is the tone? Can I hear the tone of someone else speaking through my thoughts? Whose voice might that be? And what would that voice of our own soul sound like? We allow the internal chatter of our minds to fall silent for a little while. We give him or her permission just to be quiet, to just be. Being aware, but just choicelessly aware. I am me. I am allowed to be. I am one of a kind, unique, creatively crafted. I allow my mind to wander down to my fingerprints. My fingerprints belong to me and no one else. I am unique. I am one of a kind. I invite my internal gaze to drop down into my heart space, the place of emotion and feeling, the place of my will. I allow words to bubble up to describe the state of my heart at this time. No criticism, just curiosity. Feeling what I feel. Making safe space for my internal voice to speak. Honoring who I am, who I was created to be. Just noticing, choicelessly aware, holding a posture of acceptance and grace and kindness and love. I am a unique creation. Our awareness may be up here in our thoughts, in our mind, conscious and aware of what is happening in our internal dialogue. We pause the internal dialogue for a moment, allowing the chatter to be quiet. And we take some time now to move from our thought consciousness, from the awareness of our thinking and our thoughts and our internal dialogue. And we gently and slowly invite our awareness to drop now down into our spirit. That part of us which is conscious of the divine. Conscious of the divine within us and around us. And as we sit in this space of spirit awareness, of being conscious, we begin to become conscious of divine love. Love within, love from without ourselves. That sea of love, that presence of God. Perhaps as we sit in this place of spirit consciousness, we begin to become aware that there are things that perhaps hold us back from feeling that love. Perhaps our nervous systems are dysregulated, or our mind is stuck in another conversation. Perhaps we feel the sadness and grief of living this life. Perhaps there are moments where we feel alone and unloved. And so it's difficult for our spirits to receive that divine love within. We pause for a moment and reflect on the ancient texts, the ancient words spoken so long ago, the words that remind us that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation is able to separate us from the love of God. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. Nothing can separate us from God's love. nothing. In this time and in this space, we can allow our spirit consciousness to open, giving ourselves permission to receive, to give, to be held by divine love. To feel the embrace, to be drawn in like the spirals on a shell that take us around and around, deeper and deeper, deep into the depths of love divine. Nothing in all creation can separate us from divine love. We draw the breath of life in. As we breathe in, we say, I am safe. We breathe in, I am loved. We breathe in, I am not alone. With every breath in, we allow our spirit awareness to be aware that we are drawing in that spirit of life, that spirit of love. So we breathe it in, drawing deeply in, releasing everything which does not serve us anymore with the breath out. Breathing in and releasing. This is a place of deep peace, a state of knowing. Knowing that I am unique, I am one of a kind. I am deeply loved, therefore I can love deeply. Just as we allow the breath to fill our lungs, we allow divine love to flood our beings. Our body, our soul, our heart, our mind, every part of who we are. Perhaps we might now allow our awareness to bubble up from our spirit consciousness back up into our thoughts, into our mind, bubbling up, becoming aware of the one that I am within my skin. Remembering my uniqueness. Hearing what we hear, beginning to allow our eyes to gently open to see what they see. Taking a deep breath in. And when we exhale, becoming fully present to the space that we are in and to divine love. Be at peace, my friends. Shalom.